and it's appropriate for the first part of the question, and I'll give you something else. Narrated Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, and this is in book 3, the book of the two E's, book 2, I'm sorry, and the book of prayer, and under the book of the two E's. Abu Bakr came to my house, may Allah be pleased with him, and Abu Bakr was the father of Aisha, the wife of the Prophet. While two small Ansari girls were singing. Now, these Ansari girls, this took place where? In Medina. In Medina, because they're the helpers. The Muhajirs were the refugees. The Ansari were the helpers. So this took place after the Hijrah, the migration in Medina. The Ansari girls were singing besides me the stories of the Ansar concerning the day of Bu'ath. This was they were recounting the day of a war. And they were not professional singers. Abu Bakr said, he protested because he came to visit, and the Prophet was there. Musical instruments, if you all recall from last week, of Satan in the house of Allah's messenger. It happened on the Eid day. And what was the Prophet's response? Allah's messenger, salam, praise be upon the Prophet, said, "O Abu Bakr." See? O Abu Bakr, not brother Abu Bakr. O Abu Bakr. O Abu Bakr, there is an Eid festival for every nation, and this is our Eid. And in another one, he told him, leave them alone. This is page 58. On page 57, same statement. He said, leave them alone. Let them finish their song. And in another portion, because they give these to you in different variations from different narrators, right. But all referring back to Aisha, they had a tambourine, and they were playing and they were singing. So based on this, Zaria, and those of you all who are watching and listening, the Prophet, praise and peace be upon him, didn't condemn the singing of the young girls, young ladies, and he didn't condemn the musical instruments. So, we have some real live entertainment at the fourth Saturday in the month here in Jacksonville, Florida. And I had to have explained to someone, because they would say, haram, haram, haram. I said, what's haram is all this noise you're making right now. But we're going to enjoy ourselves. And I know he didn't know. And when I explained to him, I said, brother, that's not the case. And I explained to him, and he's like, oh, okay. And he said, I said, sit down and enjoy the entertainment. And he enjoyed the entertainment. Now, the next part of this area, in Detroit, Michigan, there is, in Dearborn, Michigan. Are you familiar with Dearborn, Michigan? Okay. In Dearborn, Michigan, you have more than, let's say, 300, 400,000 Muslims. A lot of them. It's your home up in Detroit. Dr. Rashid is from there. They have their own schools, Muslim schools. And I was recently watching something either on Facebook or USA Today, whatever. The young ladies, they have their own basketball team. Yeah. And they were very competitive also, young Muslim girls. And they were covered up playing basketball. And they have one young lady on Facebook. She's got some real handles like Kyrie Irving. She has her kimar on and her jalabi, and she's moving with their ball, doing some crossovers and everything. Her sister got it. And then in Atlanta, Georgia, at the W.D. Muhammad High School, our high school in Atlanta, Georgia, there's a young men's basketball team. My son used to play for that basketball team. And there's a young ladies basketball team. So from the sports side. But now I'm sure you've heard of Ibtihaj Muhammad. Yes, you've heard of Ibtihaj Muhammad. And you all know her. She's a young lady who won, I think she won a silver medal, I believe, in fencing. Yeah, she's a fencer. Yeah, on the East Coast from New Jersey, I believe. Sister Ibtihaj Muhammad. She's in the sports world. And we have so many young ladies, and a few of them I don't want to name because I didn't get their permission to name them, so I don't want to embarrass them. But they're very good singers, and the music is very good. It's entertaining. So what's forbidden in Al-Islam, so we know, is vulgarity. The music can't be vulgar, and the dress to play in sports can't be vulgar. So the Muslim girls who are going to school, should just let their coaches know in certain sports. Say, look, I can't dress, and many of them do it. They tell them, say, no, I'm a Muslim girl, a Muslim young lady, and I don't mind running track. I don't mind playing basketball. I don't mind playing volleyball, but I can't dress like that because that's against my religion. And many of the schools now are accepting it. Those schools that are not Muslim schools, because obviously the ones that I mentioned in Dearborn, Michigan, and in Atlanta, Georgia, these are Muslim schools. But I do know, and I'm aware of young girls and young Muslim teenagers who are in school in these sporting activities, and even going out for just, and this is important, for recreation in the morning, for exercise at the schools. They have these, what do they call it? There's a term for it when you go out. You have the academics, and my mind is moving a little fast. It's not catching that. Recess, PE, physical education. That's it. PE is physical education. Thanks for that. It's PE. So most of the schools now have PE. So we have to tell our young ladies and young children, if they have puberty, when they reach the age of puberty, okay, well, you can participate in PE or recess, but you can't dress the way everyone else dress. And just let the teacher know, let them know. And the parents should do that. Don't put that pressure on the young child like that. The parents should say, well, here's what they have to wear, for PE. And then it's acceptable like that. Okay? Thank you very much for that question. Well, we have, I don't know if we're going to get to everybody tonight. We have Dr. Rashid, we might have to hold, your question is one of those long, deep questions too. We'll see. Ahmed, you might get the last one. So Lizette, and I told you it's gonna be a two-parter.
Yeah, we got.
Because that was a pretty deep question she asked that long about that hijab and that kimar, and we needed to spend some time on that for clarification, education for our. And the question about scholarship, I know what the question is. That one is going to require some work, some discussion. But it's important. So that's what I'm saying. We don't want to rush these things. It's important because we're trying to educate the public on what is our religion in regards to women in Islam. So Ahmed, you get the last question.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Ma'am, there's a lot of misunderstanding about the Muslim woman. What is the participation of the role of the woman in government and politics?
Government and politics. Now, you see, I don't need to spend a whole lot of time researching that one because we all are familiar with that, right? We currently have two very prominent representatives in Congress. Congress women. All right, Representative Ilhan Omar from Minnesota, and Representative Rashid Tlaib again from Michigan. All right, from the Detroit area of Michigan. And we have, let me see, what's her name? This sister, this lady, and she's our sister, Mativa Johnson Harrell. She's the first Muslim woman, African American sister, in the State House of Pennsylvania. Yes. So congratulations to all of them. And there's nothing in the religion, nothing in the Quran, nothing in the life of Muhammad the Prophet that forbid the women from being involved in government and politics. If it was, Ilhan wouldn't be there, Omar, Rashida Tlaib, and our sister Mativa Johnson Harrell. So yes, sisters, you can participate in government. In fact, you're encouraged to participate in government because we males need some help. We do. We need some help. The men need some help out here in this world, especially on the national level. And I don't need to point a spotlight on anyone at the national level. And I do want to say while we're on this, I know we're talking about Muslim women in politics. I want to say, because I have an announcement, I want to make sure Dr. Rashid make this announcement. I want to thank the Speaker of the House, the Honorable Miss Nancy Pelosi, for taking the stand she did today on the Uyghur Muslims being oppressed in China. She spoke out, she spoke up, because you've been hearing me talk about it and on Facebook and others, But the Speaker of the House, of course, she carries more weight than I carry. And politically, she's a woman, but she's the Speaker of the House. And she's powerful, the third most powerful person in our national government. You see, after the president, vice president, then there's the Speaker of the House. And she knows, and she's a friend, acquaintance, a friend actually, of my friend Imam Abu Qadir El Amin in San Francisco. Yeah, the Speaker of the House. But I was so pleased to hear her take that stand today, calling out China, not just on tariffs, you know, but saying your human rights, you're violating the human rights of the Muslims in Western China, the Uyghur Muslims. And we can't, these are our brothers and sisters that are being oppressed in China. And the Speaker of the House, the Honorable Miss Nancy Pelosi, she took a stand for that. So I'm sure Representative Ilhan Omar, if she hadn't already, will sign off on it. And I'm sure if she hadn't already, Representative Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib in Washington will be on board with what the Speaker of the House is. So, sisters, there's nothing forbidding you, barring you from participating in government and politics. So thank you very much for that question. And as we conclude this, we have our quarterly program that we do here in Jacksonville, Florida, called Neighborly Needs. And I want to thank you all for joining us tonight and putting up with us, those of you all who came on earlier with the live feed. And because of the inclement weather we had here, very bad weather, we couldn't connect, but we're posting this up on Facebook and also on our YouTube channel. So I want to conclude and give these minutes to our guest, Dr. Rashid Abdullah, to tell us what's going on this Saturday in Jacksonville, Florida, Neighborly Needs. Dr. Rashid.
Well, we're doing, praise be to Allah, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
We're doing our normal Neighborly Needs Day where we bring in gifts and charity for the neighborhood and whatnot. But this particular week, we have the MAS, the Muslim American Social Services, coming from the Islamic Center, and they're going to come and we're going to register people who don't have insurance, who need medical help. We're going to register them where they can come to their clinic over there free and get the help that they need. The government, the state of Florida, backs them up, and we're going to register people for that. We also have volunteers who are going to come and take blood pressures and work with the people. We have people going to give AIDS, give them tests to see if they have HIV. We're going to doctoring. We're going to help the people to see if they need any kind of medical assistance, and we're going to have a mental health program. And I myself is going to give them lectures, and we're going to be talking about things, mental distortions. We're going to be talking about relationships and how relationships can affect you mentally. We're going to talk about rebuilding the family structure and how it has caused a lot of people to lose their facilities.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and so we're gonna do these things, and we're hoping that it's gonna be a health and wellness committee. We have a lot of people come. We got good food. We got it set up where we can, work with the people,
Mm-hmm.
give them, take their blood pressure, see what's happening with them, give off on our services. People who are not able to get out and come out, elderly people, we're going to set up something that we can help them. If necessary, we'll set up a crew even to go see them. We want to just set it up to where we can bring some light to our community and health and wellness.
Now, when, where, and what time is this event taking place?
It's going to be at Masjid Muhammad.
Okay.
Our masjid.
At 320 Woodbine Street.
That's right, Jacksonville, Florida. And it's going to be from 1 to 4. And that's going to be Saturday, June 15th.
Okay. This coming Saturday.
This coming Saturday.
All right.
That's right.
So thank you, Dr. Rashid. So you all heard him. Neighborly Needs. We give away clothes, free clothes, food,
food, clothing.
But this time, compliments of Dr. Rashid Abdullah and his wife,
And
Teresa.
Teresa.
I wouldn't dare leave her out. And his wife, Teresa. They have been working very hard along with our coordinator, Ahmed Bajid, and Lizette Salim, and Zaria working with us. We have a very good team that works with this Neighborly Needs, and you all have been watching us and following us. We do it every quarter. But this is the added element that Dr. Rashid and Ahmed Bajid brought to the table, and Teresa, where he mentioned you having the medical professionals, and he's presenting the mental health. He's a mental health practitioner, and he's presenting that this coming Saturday. So share the word, spread the word. Saturday, 1 to 4.
1 to 4.
Masjid Muhammad in Jacksonville, Florida. That's 320 Woodbine Street, Jacksonville, Florida.
May I add
32244.
one thing?
Yes, please.
We're also going to be doing a very, very intense topic, adverse childhood conditions. Because these are the things that have people messed up their whole life. And a lot of people are walking around with adverse childhood conditions that need to be addressed. And if we can get that to be addressed and the other things that has come about as a result of that, we can really change our community for the better.
Alhamdulillah. Thank Allah and thank Allah for you and your efforts, you and your wife and all of you who are working. So get you all spread the word, get it out, and we're looking forward to having a wonderful neighborly needs session this coming Saturday from 1 to 4 o'clock. So don't worry about that. We have a nice, beautiful chime clock in here that tells us when it's time to bring this to an end. So we have concluded tonight, and I just want to give you a couple of reminders. Jumu'ah prayer tomorrow, 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can tune in live, Masjid Muhammad in Jacksonville, Florida, providing we don't have the same problem we had with the weather. All right. Also, you can visit our website, excuse me, www.alislamworldwideministry.com. There's a donate button. If you like what we're doing, you want to contribute to what we're doing this weekend with neighborly needs, go on, donate. If you have clothes, if you have some items you want to get, and you're local now, this is for the local community. We're talking about these physical items. All right. If you want to send contributions, Al Islam Worldwide Ministry, Post Office Box 3024, Jacksonville, Florida 32206. All right. So we conclude, and we thank you all very much. Now, because of my travel schedule next week, inshallah, I have to travel to San Diego, California for a program the weekend with the Imam Wali Fardan there in his community. We will be broadcasting Wednesday night. So not next Thursday. So you all who follow us, join us next Wednesday, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for part 2 of Women in Al-Islam. And we'll pick up questions from Dr. Rashid. We'll start with him and Lizette, and some other questions from our guests here. And if you all have any questions that you would like for us to address regarding the subject, please don't hesitate to give us your questions in the comment section. So we conclude as we started with prayer. رَبِّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيَا حَسَنَةً وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنَةً وَقِنَا عَذَابَ النَّارِ. Our Lord, grant us the best that this world has to offer, this life has to offer us, and give us the best that the next life has to offer us, and save us from the punishment of the fires of sins. Ameen.
Ameen.
Thank you all very much for joining us. And again, we apologize. It wasn't our fault. It's nothing we could do. We're not in charge of the weather. But thank you for staying with us, and thank you for watching our post. And don't forget, Al Islam Worldwide Ministry coming to you live on your television set on our YouTube channel. All right, so you can go ahead. We'll post this up also on our YouTube channel. You can go on our YouTube channel and subscribe. And in the near future, we will be broadcasting live, Facebook Live, and also on YouTube Live, God willing. Assalamu alaikum. Peace be with you.
Assalamu alaikum.